Hey guys, so I'm here to do a book review. I'm really excited to be bringing this to you guys, so I hope you enjoy. The book that I'm going to be reviewing today is Sadie by Courtney Summers. This book goes on sale tomorrow, 9/4/2018, and so I'm really excited to bring this to you guys. This is a YA thriller. I don't want to do any air quotes or anything, but this, on the back it says it's the most buzzed about YA thriller of 2018. I will say that this review is going to be as spoiler free as possible, just because I don't want to spoil you guys. But one of the biggest things I have to say about this is I don't know if I would call this thriller. So what Sadie is about a girl named Sadie. Done. End of story, right? No. So this girl named Sadie has a sister named Maddie. And one day, Maddie is found dead. And so she has to basically go out and figure out what's going on. It is split between two different perspectives. There are chapters where it is Sadie talking. It is her perspective. It is what she is going through. And then there's also a podcast section of it, which is called The Girls, and it is from the standpoint of West McCrae, which is the podcast owner. I believe, if I remember it correctly, it's like a couple of months after what Sadie has done or lived or whatever, he's doing this podcast, and so it's like it doesn't line up directly to what Sadie is doing, but in a way it kind of does. That's one thing that I was not a huge fan of. The Sadie chapters, awesome, loved them. I just didn't like having to read the podcast ones because it was like a screenplay kind of. It wasn't really like a book. I was reading a screenplay, which I don't like, but it still worked. I can see where they got the thriller word, that the thriller genre. I can see that. There are a lot of hard-hitting topics in this, and a couple of topics that I don't know if I've even read in a YA book before, but I don't necessarily know if I feel like they were written correctly. I'm going to be one of the odd people out. There are so many people out there that say that they love this book, that this is such an amazing book. Maybe it's because I don't know Courtney Summers. This is the first book that I have read of hers. I don't know if it's just that I don't know her, or it's just that I read so many other thriller type books that this was very mild compared to them. It's thrilling in the aspect of you don't know what's going to happen. That part of the story is clean cut dry ending and the other isn't. There's a lot of aspects within it that could make it thrilling, and so I can see where they're coming at it as that point of a genre, but I just don't know if I myself could call it a thriller, just because there were so many issues with the story. Like I said, it does have a lot of hard-hitting issues, and I don't want to say a lot just because I don't want to spoil anything, but it seemed like it was kind of like, okay, here's this issue, but let me talk around it and get you there like an hour later. You know what I mean? It was never like, okay, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, which I get, and that's part of the thriller genre, but it just didn't work for me. I liked the book. I gave the book 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of parts in there that I probably could have predicted, but were still written very well. I liked the aspect of something's happening, and I'm also trying to figure out what's happening as well. But I don't know, all of it didn't mesh for me. And I hate to say that because, like I said, it says this is the most buzzed about YA thriller, but I couldn't. Like I said, I still really enjoyed this book. This is a good book. She did write this very well. There are a lot of aspects in this book that make it amazing, but I just don't think all of it pushed together did that for me. I will say that the cover is absolutely amazing. Obviously, I don't know what the back is going to look like yet, but I do love the front. I love that it has Sadie here on the front, but the thing is, what I love the most is the attention to detail. The attention to her hair swaying in the breeze, that it wraps around some of the letters, that it like overlaps. Some of them go through a letter. Some of, like, I love that detail. A lot of books probably wouldn't have thought of that. They would have just put Sadie right on top of her. And I love that. I love that it, like, intertwined her into the wording. The little slogan up here says, if she dies, she takes the truth with her. So that right there, I don't know if I would say that really goes with the book. It does and it doesn't. Regardless, like I said, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. This was a good read. If you like Courtney Summers, you will love this book. This is such a good book. I just think that there could have been, instead of certain scenes, elaborate on other scenes a little bit more. Another thing that I thought there would have been a little bit more of is a little bit more secrets or a little bit more wow factor. And yes, there was some wow factor in it, but it just wasn't a lot. I thought that there would have been a little bit more to kind of keep me at the edge of my seat than there was. One thing that did bother me that is probably going to be horrible for me to say, but the main character has a stutter. And I understand that there are so many people out there that have stutters, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Not like they can say when they're born, I want to stutter. I understand that, but reading it doesn't come off very well. And I caught myself both trying to stutter with her as I read it, as well as trying to read it without even seeing the stutter. And I can understand that that has an aspect within the story that it shows that she's not perfect, but I don't know why she had to add that part too. It was just so much. There was so much within this little book. I feel like if she had another year or so to edit and get details and move some things around, it would have been 100% better. Regardless, this was a really good book. Definitely go check this out. It goes on sale tomorrow. It's a good book. It really is. I actually, majority of the time, I get rid of my ARCs if I don't like them. I'm definitely going to keep this one because I liked this one, and I feel like it was a very electrifying story. It just wasn't perfect for me. And I was really hoping to be perfect because of all of the hype. But I feel like this is one of those books that got lost in the hype. Sorry to say. And I hope no one gets upset with my negative review. It's not negative. I still give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I still really like the book. It just didn't get that 5th star for me. But if you are looking forward to this book, let me hear it down below. What are your thoughts? What are your expectations? Are you expecting it to be amazing? Are you not expecting it to be amazing? Do you like Courtney Summers? What are some of her other books that you think I should read? And I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.